rid of this. So today we're going to work on finishing out building Nix Flakes for the whole OCaml Riot stack, as I call it, which is essentially a large number of libraries that have all been developed using multi-core OCaml 5.1 currently, and getting them all to work together. Most of these things aren't in OPAM, so currently the way that we've had to do this is using OPAM pins to either projects on our local system or GitHub, and that has been pretty painful to deal with. So that's why we're doing this. Okay, so the main thing that we've done so far, I can't even remember how many we've done at this point. I started this on Sunday and the Nix and Night stream, but we did do, let's see, I opened 2 pull requests last night. Here we go. We opened a pull request on colors. Nix Flake already merged. Let's go. And we opened a pull request on TTY. And these were the 2 packages that currently didn't have any pins or any special dependencies. Basically, all of their dependencies are already in Nix packages, so it just made it a lot easier. Hey, Leandro, what's up? Hope you're doing well. So that's what we're going to work on today. Okay. Windows API is legendary for being easy to work with, right? Oh yeah, that sounds like Windows, Rond. It definitely does. Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. It's going to make this stream so much easier and more productive because now I can actually just point to the GitHub URLs instead of, and actually start making more pull requests for all the things that depend on colors and TTY. So I'm pretty excited about that. The only thing I haven't done is updated my remotes to the new org. Oh, I just remembered I probably didn't even accept. I probably did not accept the whole invite thing. I don't remember. Maybe I have to do that through my email. I'll just do that real quick. OCaml TUI organization. Let's go. OCaml organization on my GitHub. I'm just gonna look so good now. Huge credibility. Okay. No, I appreciate that. That'll make this nice as well. Your little brother needs to have keybinds based on active Windows, so I've looked at Rust crates for the Windows API. Oh, what's out there for it? I'm interested in that. Not that I'd ever actually want to touch it, but I'm interested in knowing what's out there as far as Rust working with the Windows API. Yeah, it's wild how much stuff is being done right now in this space. Okay, cool. So let's figure out the whole process here, right? I know we did TTY already, and I'm trying to think, like, how do I want to... So this is our flake for TTY. This is annoying that I did the PR from, and it has some of these spacing problems. So I might just make another PR because I just hate stuff like this. But it's called NeoVim skill issues. No, I just haven't messed with my NeoVim config at all. And so when I edited all this stuff in NeoVim the other day, it screwed up all the indentation. Microsoft has official crates for it, and there's some tiny crates to get window titles and such. Interesting. Okay. I guess I might as well just fix this while I'm thinking about it. Or are we the sandstorm? We might be. We might be the sandstorm. Okay, so that's that. Let's just stash that change for now. This is the only annoying thing about using Durenv with the whole Nix Flakes thing, is that I literally, like, I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to do this quickly, and then now if you're using Nix, you don't have to use Durenv, right? It's just like supposed to make it easier, and I'm not sure if it actually makes it easier yet. I might end up hating Durenv. I don't really know. Okay, so let's just do a git pull on origin. Looks good. And what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna update the remote. I mean, GitHub's usually pretty good at this sort of thing, but now this is OCaml 2e TTY, I think. Yeah. Okay. So let's just look at git remote v git. I always forget how to actually change the URL, so I usually just do this. Git remote remove origin, git remote add origin, and do it the grug way, which is copying. Okay, just make sure git pull works. No tracking information. Okay, sure. Git pull main. Really? OCaml 2e TTY. I did that right. Huh. That's interesting. Git fetch origin. Okay. Git pull origin main. Okay, that finally said it. All right, all good. And what's this? Okay. Yeah, okay. Git cob nix 2, really good branch name. And we'll just see if a stash pop works fine. It did. That looks good. And let's just make sure the next build is working still. You're 50-50 under env? Yeah. Next to electric boogaloo. All right. Let's do a next build. So now that I'm part of the org, I could technically just push this branch to the org, but it's kind of like I'm literally just going to open a pull request and be done with it. So I don't know. I'm kind of still more on the idea of just doing this. So git cm nix fix indentation. It's really stupid to do that. Oh, that's funny. It's still actually denied my ability. That's fine. Okay. Create a pull request for next 2. Okay. So then here we can go Nix fix indentation, create pull request. Okay, cool. Oh, maybe I didn't finish. Did I not finish actually accepting the invite? Is that what I did? Certainly possible that I just forgot to actually. No, I'm on there. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It has some of that. That's fine. Okay, so that's that. Fix indentation. Stupid that I'm doing this, but oh well. Okay, so then this is TTY. I wonder if is there an easy way to like see everything that depends on TTY? I mean, of course I could just like ack it and just look at Dune project files, but it would be, I don't know. It's also kind of silly. Um I believe what depended on TTY was config, revdeps on ocaml.org/packages. Okay. Nice. So this has dependencies, and then there's probably a reverse dependency somewhere. Used by, there it is. Used by mint tea and spices. Okay. That's right. So TTY was used by spices. Right. And then config uses spices. All right. So then that brings us to the whole mint tea thing. And spices itself. So far, I've only built a flake for spices because that's all I actually needed to get config working. So let's take a look at that flake next. It's what I get for using NeoVim. Just kidding. Zero config NeoVim for some reason doesn't do what I want it to do. Okay. This looks fine. But here we go. So this depends on colors and it depends on TTY. Right. And that's why we went to colors. So let's check that out. And that's the one that's already merged in and everything. So let's actually jump over to colors now. I modified Flake Nix again. I probably did because I actually added the description. Oh no, I did that. Okay. But I didn't replace the red yet. Okay, well, I've already modified this, so I guess we might as well do this while we're at it. We'll just stash that for a moment. Okay. So we got that going. That's good. What am I doing next? Oh yeah. Let's just fix the whole remote thing because this is probably still here. And color should now be here. Get remote, remove origin, get remote, add origin. And let's just do a fetch origin. And let's say get poll origin main. And then that sets our upstream. And we'll do Nix2. Get stash pop. For some reason, I don't know that meme, and I should. But you know, I have been off the internet for 4 years. Not off the internet. That's not true. I've been in a yurt. No, not quite what I meant, but it's funny. Don't lie, Maddie. I actually have lived in a yurt this whole time. That explains the beard, yeah. I know people that lived in yurts. Like, I don't know. Surprisingly, I know quite a few legitimate hippie folk. I know that's surprising. Okay. So I've never lit a fire. All right. So let's say Nix fix indentation. We'll push that up. I meant to push it to fork, okay? And sorry about the double pull requests here, Leo, on these, just because I didn't check my indentation before I opened these. Okay. Not functionally different, but I would feel really bad that being in the repo and looking that bad. Okay. So that's good. And then I already forgot what the next package was going to be. All right, I was looking at spices. And spices depends on colors and TTY, and those are the two we just updated. Okay, so this is cool because now we can actually update these to GitHub URLs since Leo merged those things. So this is gonna feel good right now. All we have to change is this. And let me see. How does this work? I guess it's GitHub NixOS technically. And then it's org and package name. I think that's true, but we're about to find out, aren't we? OCaml 2e / colors. Okay. Obviously, I could have done this in a smarter way, such as something like this. GitHub. Is that right, Ninja, if you're still around? Is that really how you do it? It's just this GitHub NixOS. No NixOS? Okay. I just got confused by the Nix packages thing. But maybe that's just a special Nix packages case, or maybe that's just Alt F4. That's just BG getting just totally crazy. It's because Nix packages is under NixOS on GitHub. Okay. Right. GitHub owner / repo opt. Hey, what's up, Scott? Unfortunately today, the only thing that's going to say Rust is the title. Unfortunately for you. We are doing the Nix and OCaml part of this. Ooh, awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Leo. I really appreciate it. Look at this live collaboration. Merging PRs live on Twitch. All right. Why is it not setting this as like my tracking branch? Is this not going to... I have to do it manually. I have to do the whole set upstream thing. Nix is basically a build system for creating reproducible builds that work cross-system, cross-architecture. So it focuses on reproducibility of builds. And so, in Rust, cargo's great and everything. But you could technically build all of your projects with Nix instead of cargo if you really wanted to. Now that's not probably like the main use case, but like OPam has some issues, which is like the package manager with OCaml. And so a lot of OCaml people use Nix instead of OPam because it's more reliable. It's more yeah, reliable is a good word. There's a word I'm thinking of, but I can't think of what it is. Yeah, that's fair, Leo. That's fair. And most people who use Nix hate Nix as well. It's not perfect. All right. Oh no. Do you use like Home Manager? Oh, okay. That's not your main coding box. Okay. Yeah. Darwin switch is like not running. Oh no. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to remind people of, like, and maybe we'll update the Riot contributing guide. Hey Prophet, what's up? Which is like, oh god, I know. I couldn't manage to read what you were talking about in Discord just from, like PTSD, Um no more Java, please. No. Yeah, in the contributing guide for Riot, that's what I was saying. Is like you don't have to use Nix. Like people are scared. Oh, if I install Nix, like is it gonna do this, this, and this? It's like no, don't set up your dev environment with Nix. You don't have to do that. Just use Nix for this one thing, and it might actually be nicer for you. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see if I feel that way once I'm all done with this. It's definitely going to be nicer than the OPam pen malarkey. All right. At 500 subs, I'll wear a pink wig and do a lip sync to this song. There you go. Would that be good? It really fit me. All right. Let's keep going. What was I doing? I got distracted. Let's see. Colors. Yes, this looks fine. We did that. Oh, it was because I was wanting to set the upstream and I keep not doing it. So let me just copy this. It's easier than trying to remember it. 250 subs. It's cute. Okay. This is what I need. I need to do this too on TTY while I'm at it, since we changed the origin. Nice. Oh god, that's the wrong effing thing. It's fine. I'm gonna delete that branch anyway. Oh, that's really sweet, Leo. Thank you. 3-month gift sub. Wow. Very generous. It's to make up for the pain of Java. Profit. Are you just posting this accomplishment everywhere, Priv? Is this your JS in the kernel thing? It's fine. You can self-promote one time in this stream. That's how it goes. Hey, 5 months. Dang. That's wild. Hype train incoming. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Hype train. First hype train. First hype train in this channel. You guys did it. I appreciate that. That's very sweet. It makes me happy. Time to buy 250 subs. It's so much money, dude. That's so much money. I mean, I know some of the people have like geo price differences and stuff, but like still, even if you have a geo price, yeah, exactly. Even if you have a geo price difference and it's like $1 per sub, like people dropping 100 subs, it's like, how are you doing this? How are you affording this in your life? I don't even know. It's wild. Twitch is a wild place. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I don't even know what their geo price differences are, but okay, so I was just setting this upstream before I forgot. And the point is, next we want to get spices working and we want to see if this works. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm not actually sure 100% on how to change those GitHub things, but we're about to find out, aren't we? I guess I don't really need this window anymore. Okay. A lot of problems here. Oh, I'm still in the paginator branch. That's not good. Good, good. This is fine. Let's go ahead and copy or get ignore over here just to make it easier. Get ignore y3j and echo get ignore. Okay. Let's see what our get ignore looks like now. What? Why didn't that work? Oh my god, I echoed nothing to get ignore. Classic. It's because Dylan got here and I was thinking about the other night where I just completely skill issued on all these different things. All right, Nightshade. Good luck eating lunch. I hope you do well. There we go. Sometimes I know how to do things. Get restore staged. And then I just have to undo this and staged. And okay. This looks right. Flake.nix, get ignore. And let's just check out a Nix branch. We should be able to do this all in one pull request. Lunch, a real one. You wouldn't understand. Okay. So let's try this Nix build and see what happens. I don't know if it's going to work. Nope, it doesn't like you. Color, oh, it's a hash. Okay, so that's what the difference is. So this is actually github:/org. And I think this is what, this is actually what I see. So NixOS Unstable is a branch probably, or something along those lines on the Nix packages repo. That makes sense. Okay, so this is just GitHub OCaml 2e like that. Okay, understood. Dude. Is this like pre-procedure or is this post-procedure? Not that we have to like advertise your personal details to everybody. Pre and post. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Hype train. Level 1 hype train emote. Let's go, chat. Choo. Choo choo. Thanks. I appreciate it. Ugh, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry. Was it successful, or do you not really know yet? Like, hey, RCH. Any recommendations on who might be able to help fix a minor looking issue with a Rust util on Nix? Yeah, Ninja is probably going to be your best Rust plus Nix person. Nice. Feel for you. Okay, we updated input colors. Flake does not provide attribute. Darwin default. Darwin using Flake. Okay, what is this? I feel like this is new. Error. Flake Minty does not provide attribute. Packages. This is my architecture. Dot default. Oh yeah, I know that. So what is it that you think is happening? I know that we're not providing a default because we're only building spices, and we're building spices under here. Yeah, Ninja's in the Discord too, RCH, if you're not. We have a Nix channel in the Discord, and that's I'd love to listen in. I'd love to learn from your Rust findings. So what was the invocation? Just Nix build. Is that what you mean, Kinran? And then I got this whole oh right, I had to do this last time and I just forgot. You're right, Kenran, that was it. Yes, I forgot about this. Nix build dot pound spices. That's it. I forgot. I had to do this the other night. Yeah, if you just do like command dots, I think it is, pizza. It's really messy though. I will tell you that much. Very messy. I need to clean it up. I haven't done it. I think it's dots still has it. And then I also have the basic part probably in Nix files. I think also has my main config without a couple little extras that are in random other files. Okay. So that was our problem. Again, since we have all the other packages, we just have defaults. So it's just going to pick up default. But this, we have to do the hash dot package name, which in this case is spices. We'll have to do the same thing for leaves. And then I think mint tea will be just like our default. And I think that makes sense because mint tea is kind of like the main. I mean, I know it's kind of monorepo, but I don't know. I kind of think default being mint tea makes sense. I don't know if Nix people disagree with me, but I guess you'd probably also have to know what this package is. So let's just copy our description from the GitHub repo, par usual. A little TUI framework for OCaml. Okay, that looks good. We have GitHub and it works. I mean, besides the fact that I forgot the command to actually build spices, literally all the difference was between having it locally pointed and on GitHub is that one URL. Really nice abstraction, really nice experience. I'm loving it. It'd be nice when it evaluates the derivation if it could just be like, oh yeah, you just changed the description. I don't actually need to evaluate this, but that's okay. All right, so after we do spices, yeah, white space too, right? Wouldn't that be nice? Just like, okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. We don't have to think about this. Okay. So let's just see. We updated the description. We already have the build. I think we're happy. Let's go ahead and commit this and say add Nix Flake. Oh, let's think about this. So far, this only works for spices. I mean, we could do that. It's not hard. And we could even put little comments, like just have examples for both like a local and a GitHub URL, like in comments, because the reason it's not that hard with OCaml is because build Dune package, the names, because the namespace in OCaml are global, right, for packages because of the way opam works, for better or for worse. The names in Nix packages are the same as the names in opam or in your Dune project. We totally could do that. It'd be pretty sick. We'll get there, Leo. So I'm just going to say for spices, and this will be, I think this will be better. Let me think. Yeah. Because if I do it for mint tea and leaves, let's just look at the Dune project. Maybe we can just keep working on this one, because this is probably one of the more complicated pieces. Let's open that Dune project. Let's look at leaves. So leaves depends on MDX, that's fine, and also depends on mint tea and depends on spices. Okay, so that means first we would have to get mint tea working, which means we would first have to get Riot working. Thankfully, we already have TTY working, but we would have to get Riot working. We're gonna have to do this anyway eventually, so I feel like we might as well just do it for Riot right now. Let's do it. I'm just going to do it this way because I don't remember. I have it. No, I'm being dumb. I'm sure it's in my, yeah, it's in my history. Riot ML. I actually don't have Riot forked or cloned or anything. So let's go in here. Let's close that. Okay, and while I'm at it, we'll fork and get remote. Nope. I always forget the CD first after I clone. Get remote add fork. Okay. Happy about that. And let's just check out a Nix branch right away. And let's look at the Dune project for Riot. Okay. Actually, let's do this first. It'll be a nicer view. Oh yeah, I have it locally. I'm being dumb. Let's just ls grep opam. Okay, so in here we have byte string, gluon, Rio, and Riot. Got it. Okay. Riot, Dune project. Okay. So Riot depends on byte string, gluon, and Rio. Good to know. Rio depends on C struct, and that's basically it. Okay, Rio's a good one to start with. Rio, gluon, byte string, Riot. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we start with Rio, get that build working, and we keep going. Now, this is actually one thing that I probably should have asked about that I didn't think about, which is like how, like, obviously one of the depends is going to be literally in the same project file, but that's okay. That'll be one of the problems that I get to solve for today and learn. So let's just start with Rio, because Rio is going to be the easiest. And I will copy the mint tea flake because it's going to be the most similar. So let's do this. And I'm not going to do the Durham stuff until I'm ready, because it's going to annoy me. Okay, so let's do flake.nix. Let's get a little horizontal split. That's vertical. There we go. There's horizontal. And that way we can go back to our Dune project and not have to remember all of this. We'll take this and put it in our description. Nice. And for now, we will just comment. Is this? It's a hash, right? Okay. I'll just comment those out, because we'll need to do something similar to that soon. All this looks good. We're going to include utop. Inputs from, and here we're just going to say self.packages.rio, and actually we can just do a global replace of spices with Rio. That's reasonable. Spices Rio. It's a good way of starting this, and Rio only depends on C struct, which I'm going to guess is in packages, Nix packages. Looks good. This might work. Nix build dot hash, I think, Rio. No, so oh yeah. Now I already forgot to do the things such as this. Get add flake dot nix. Try that again. Has to be staged. Dang, man, that's late. How late you guys playing basketball? I forgot you're young though, Priv. No wonder. You can do stuff like that. I don't schedule anything for past 9 p.m. Are you kidding me? All right, cool. So Rio just got a successful build. I mean, how freaking simple and easy is this? It's so cool. That's young. It's young, dude. You're a baby. No, I'm just kidding. You're not a baby, but yeah, it's still young. You're old now. Okay. Um okay, so this is good. That's good enough for that. Let's move on, and this will be the skill issue part of the evening. So Gluon has Rio and byte string. Oh, and has libc. Okay. So then this is where we start hitting some interesting cases where we have this like circular dependency thing, in that to actually update these all correctly, like the merge order is basically like the builds won't work until all of the PRs are merged across several of these packages. And that's because libc depends on config, which depends on spices. And then in spices, of course, you have mint, which depends on spices, which depends on Riot, which depends on libc. Which, I mean, it's not like it's an unsolvable problem, and I can get all the builds to work locally, but like, as long as we know that when we push them up, it's like, yeah, but but it's all declarative, dude. So like, once we just get it all done, then we don't have to think about it again. If you delete, what do you mean delete a version down the pipe? You made a JavaScript. You could try nixifying one inside another's flake, yeah, by including its source as a non-flake input. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, I have no idea how to do that, but that's a good point. And gradually adding flakes. Yeah, we'll just keep going, and we'll just start with local and make sure we get all of this working before we think of how we're going to do this in remotes, right? Like in GitHub. Yeah, I mean, that part I don't think matters all that much, Leandro. I mean, I think it's fine. It's certainly not an unsolvable problem. We'll figure it out. If Rio version 0.0.1 is deleted, then all the other libs are missing deps. Well, I mean, sure, but that's true of any build system, right? Like, I don't know. I'm probably just not understanding your point, Priv. It's fine. Don't delete versions that you need. Yeah, things being in a single repo isn't a problem, Kinran. I don't think that's the problem. It's more like this repo depends on a package from another repo, which depends on a package from another repo, which depends on a package from this repo. But yeah, it's more like that. You made a Java. You made a JavaScript. It's the only way I can handle saying it out loud. You're so sorry for building all these packages that are making people very excited to work on OCaml. Well, it's probably why Antonio said during Nixon Night, he's like, I just make a mono repo, like my own mono repo for all these things, and then I pull them all in myself. I was just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But that's mainly if like you have upstream dependencies that aren't actually in upstream, as in not in Nix packages. And it's like, oh, that's a reasonable workflow. But we're gonna make this nice for everybody that's willing to install Nix on their system. All right. All right. So let's see. What do we got? I already got distracted, but that's okay. So we have the Rio dependency done. So Rio's done. Yay. Okay, that's that one. Gluon depends on Rio and bytestring, and bytestring depends. Okay, here we go. Bytestring's the next one I want to do. Let's do bytestring next. So actually, let's just copy this. Yeah, totally. I appreciate it, Leandro. Enjoy your stream. Thanks for hanging out. Always good to see you. I did that wrong, but that's fine. I did it Emacs way instead of in visual mode. But oh yeah, and it's not a real selection in visual mode. Okay. There we go. Because I was just trying to get a replace. I don't think it really saved me that much time. Yeah, he said he's gonna stream it. He's gonna stream right now. All right. s/rio/bytestring. Okay. That was to save me 10 seconds. And let's see what we actually need. Okay, so here we're going to go with a new line. And first we're going to use Rio. So this is already the part that I don't actually know. I know that I'm going to have to add self.packages.bytestring there. But what I actually don't know is how to, is it self.packages.rio maybe? Is that how you do this? We're just going to pretend this is true for now. And then looks right at least. Okay, sounds good. ppxlib qcheck sedlex. Oh, and we need spices. Now we already have spices somewhere else. We have it locally. Right. I have it locally. I don't have it on GitHub, so we'll have to use the local URL. But either way, let's remind ourselves how this works, because I already forgot. Okay, so let me just write spices, even though I know it's not going to work. And that's everything. And I want to say it's like build.inputs or something like that, but we'll see. Mint T. It's just inputs prime dot. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. I don't use splits very much anymore on Emacs, so I forget sometimes how to switch between them. Inputs dot spices dot packages. Oh, right, but it's actually inputs dot mint t dot packages dot spices. That's how it works. Delete this build. It's a great emote, toggle bit. Great toggle bit emote. Okay, and then we just have to go up here and say inputs.mint t URL. And for now, this is actually going to be /user/me OSS mint t. All right. I take that one off for now. And let's see if this builds. Let's see if we can build bytestring. This is on here. Certainly thinking about it. It's doing things, guys. It's doing things. So fast. Well, this is the initial build. It's grabbing all the dependencies. The initial build's not going to be fast. Who thought that making slash on integers do integer division was a good idea? I'm glad. Hey, okay. First of all, I'm glad that you're doing Java because it just makes me feel a little bit better because we just have to share pain. Sometimes we just have to trauma bond, but we did it right. Self prime packages Rio was the right way to reference something in the same flake. Pretty cool. Rio byte string building, beautiful. Inputs.mintt.inputs.nix.packages.follows equals nix packages. Okay, what does that do, Kenran? Let me think about this. Inputs mint t inputs nix packages follows nix packages or similar. Is it like a way of making sure that we're all using the same nix packages, or like what does that do? It's okay if you can't explain it. Okay. Interesting. So in this whole dependency tree, like where should I be? Like at the moment, each flake you create has a potentially own pin of Nix packages. Correct. Yeah. We want to make sure ideally that they're all using the same Nix packages. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like we were talking about the other night, and Antonio, who does a lot of Nix and a lot of OCaml, he's very, very smart OCaml dude. He works on Melange, and no, it's great. I'm glad you're bringing this up because it makes me think about it, or at least like keep it in mind at some point if we run into issues. But he's like, well, if you don't use an overlay, of course, you're making users use whatever version of OCaml is in Nix packages, right? And currently that's OCaml 5.1, blah, blah, blah. Now, in some ways, I don't care. And I more mean not from like a wider library standpoint, but like right now, what we're mostly focusing on with these Nix builds is like developer experience and productivity for those working on these libraries. And then kind of as a secondary to that would be those trying to use these libraries. And enforcing that this brand new project that you're working on is using OCaml 5.1, I don't think is like it's not a crazy constraint in my opinion. And that's just to say that's kind of where we're at. But yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up. I'm just going to copy that. And let's just do this up here. Line below ensures that uses all right. I'm just going to leave that there. Something like that. Is that fair? Fair characterization of that? Okay. Urban Playa. I don't know if that's really supposed to be like playa, like player, or if it's supposed to be like playa, like beach in Spanish. But either way, thanks for the follow. Oh yeah, I feel you whimsically. Not that I'm like true audiophile. I'm not freaking BG from Alt F4 with $600 IEMs or anything, but freaking BG. I'm just kidding. I'm sure they sound great. I like my slightly cheaper IEMs. Okay. So we have Rio and ByteString. But yeah, ever since I bought these, and of course they were out through my whatever, my digital audio interface. Oh yeah, metal casings. Yeah, these have metal casings too. But I it's really really hard for me to listen on my Bluetooth earbuds like at all. It's so much harder once you're used to the non-compressed sound. But maybe that's just me. Okay, so we got ByteString building. Let's see what's next. I think next would be nope, this is the wrong file. Also not the right file. Let's look at Doom project. ByteString, done. They stream snooker on Twitch now. That's hilarious. That's a fun game. It's a really fun game. Nothing like going to a snooker club. Get yourself to a snooker club, okay? If you've never been to the UK. Glue on. That's what we're doing next. Glue on. You play 3-ball and you used to think you played okay. I honestly forget most of the rules of playing. But yeah. No, yeah. The clubs can be really intense. For sure. Like I was with my best friend in college at the time, like when I was in England for college. And he like he was from there and it was the club he always went to, and there were like a group of us and I was the only like American non-British person there, so it was like okay, you know, but like they can be some pretty seedy places, I guess you could say, as well. But I guess it's kind of the same reputation that pool halls would have in the US. It's a similar deal. s/ByteString. Let's see if I can type /glue on. Okay, so we're depending on Rio and we're depending on ByteString and we're depending on libc. So libc is going to be like, whoops, no, it's fine. libc is going to be like this, except it's going to be libc packages default. And at the moment, libc is also going to be local. Oh yeah, this would be smarter. s/minty/libc/g. Okay. Okay, so we have Rio, we have byte string, we have libc, we have config, which is going to be similar. And we have OCaml and URI. Whoops. s/libc/config/g. Does Dune to Nix not exist? I don't know. Not that we know of, anchors. There's opam to Nix? Yeah, there might be. I don't know. I haven't looked into any of those tools. Dune importer and Gwix, though? Nice. I love that I've done enough esoteric and stuff on this stream to collect all you people, that we have unironic Gwix users in chat, you know? And it's wonderful. I mean that quite seriously. It's a lot of fun. People say Gix instead of Gwix. Do they? I guess that makes sense. Just like a hard G with the I, like, let me think. Well, that's what's confusing about it, right? Like, of course, if it was like geeks, that would be good. You live in such a bubble that you don't realize you're a hipster. I know. Hilarious. Unironically, though, yeah, no. I figured you were probably serious. That actually would be cool too. People say geeks. Oh, that's sweet. I love that. That's fun. Okay, opam to Nix. Let's just take a look at this. This is the OCaml one. Listen, buddy, we're about to show you some competition. I'm just kidding. I don't know if I'm going to build the tool or not. Eventually, maybe. It would be interesting to see what this outputs. Examples. Do I watch wrestling? No. I watch like nothing interesting. Yeah. No, that's fair. Profit. Default.nix. Okay. Well, this is whatever. Maybe I'd have to run it to see what the actual thing they export is. Oh, let me look at the Nix in the Nix directory for this. Okay. It kind of seems like it's mostly just like a different. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, thanks, Leandro. I mean, not yet, but like, is it removed from Riot already as well? Not yet. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going with this until I can't go anymore. I think we finished Gluon, didn't we? Rio byte string libc config URI. Yeah, sweet. Thanks, Leandro. Libc config mint t. Did I even use? Do I have mint t somewhere? Oh, that's right. We use spices somewhere. Yep. Okay, cool. So Gluon should be working. Let's try to build it. And let that build. And then what? What? Oh yeah, it's libcml, not libc. I forgot. And I think config.ml, yeah. Exactly. It's a fun song. Let's see. This is called Fight Song by Eve. It's got something to it. This is looking good. Looking good so far. And then we just have Riot itself, which will probably lead us down another rabbit hole of other things, but that's okay. We'll get there. And I think I'm going to call Riot default since it's like its own name, basically. It's its own name. How about that? How about that for English? What do I even mean by that? I don't even know. s/glue on / default. What? Oh, I hit escape instead. Nice. Love when I do that. Let's say default. Pressed enter. Let's go. I know how to press enter. I'm so good at this. There's a little, I don't know how to say it. Aina? Aina the end. She has a very unique voice, in my opinion. Let's just look at a flake where there's only one, because I can't remember if the p name is just default in that case, or if it's the package name. No, it's the package name. Okay, so this would actually be Riot. Trying to remember to not, I guess I'd already evaluated the derivation, so I'm unlikely to screw it up, but I'm trying to not save if I can help it. But I just didn't want to have to wait for this whole thing to build. It failed. Conflicting OCaml packages detected. Let's go. All right. Dang it. Okay, so package config has multiple definitions. Package TTY has multiple definitions. Package colors has multiple definitions. Package spices has multiple definitions. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's comment out the Riot stuff that I was in the middle of, since Gluon's not even working. We'll do it the Emacs way, so it doesn't take a long time, because I always forget how to do that in Vim. Yeah, so all of those packages that I just listed are things that are actually, all of those are not in repos. Those are in my local. Those are local packages. So I'm wondering what I'm supposed to do with that. Now, before, I had this problem with a dependency. I had this problem with a dependency that was not my own. And that was, I want to say in config, actually. It might have been. Is that where MDX was? No. Not in config, and I'll get there. Maybe TTY. Nope. Wasn't TTY. I guess it could be colors. OMG, whimsically. Like for your work, like that you actually have to go to. It sounds horrible. Okay, so this says mdx.override inherit logs. Got it. So I might be able to use an override somewhere, but I don't know exactly how I should do this. Yeah, seriously, dude. I would be so mad. And I know I've been like spoiled with where I work. but yeah, I would be like, I'd be like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Like, if you can't, that's just not gonna happen. With overlays, yeah. So these are all like every single one of these are things on my system that are being used by multiple dependencies. So it's really a matter of whether I should inherit that. Like the thing that I don't actually know is where I'm actually supposed to inherit some of these from. So I could kind of figure it out, but I think the main problem is right here, where now like libc, for instance, libc is depending on spices, and spices is right there. So I guess what I'm gonna try, we're just gonna try this, and we're just going to try copying what I have below for MDX. I don't know if this works with this syntax, but we're just going to try inheriting spices from here and see if this gets rid of the spices error. I think this is the main place where spices is defined. So let's see if that does anything for us. Man, that'd be rough. Do you have to have your camera on? Like, is this, I actually don't know if you work remotely or not. I just assumed that you did. I mean, if I was remote, I would like, I would have my camera off and I'd be playing Switch. Like, I'd just be like, yeah, all right. Good luck. Nobody said anything about the cameras. Yeah. It's still stupid though, because it still means you have to be It still means you have to be at your desk, basically. Everyone else had theirs on. Yeah, that's so rough, dude. I'd be so mad. Okay, so that it did not like that. It's like, no, you can't actually do this. Okay. See, this is something that was actually in Nix packages that I inherited, and this is not the way to do this. Okay. So this might actually be a problem. Let me go up to that error. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can find any good information on this. I don't pay for ChatGPT anymore, so I doubt it's going to give me anything good. But we'll just pretend that it does. You were previously warned for not having your camera on as often. Oh my god. I just think they should just make it clear, like, and I'm not at all trying to like shit on where you work or something. We all have our own stuff. But like, just make it clear, like, cameras required to be on or off. I mean, I shit on my own workplace all the time. There's just not a lot to say about it anymore. Correct store path, remove conflicting packages. If you're certain about which package configurations are causing the conflict, you can try removing them from the store. Be cautious when removing packages as it can affect other dependencies. Sure. So, how can I exclude? How can I tell? No. I think I just need a human to talk to about this. Cameras off plus tape over the lens for good measure. There you go. Okay. So I think what we're going to move on to is since that's not working anyway, is basically what I'm trying to say. Let's finish at least typing out our dependencies for Riot, and then we'll go from there. Your last company required cameras on. Most people kept them off unless the founder was around. Yeah, like, I don't know. The company I currently work for, which we've been through like a bunch of stuff with, like, they had a pretty reasonable policy. And like in general, in most meetings, we didn't have to have cameras on, but we had like an all hands every week for a while. And it was during all hands that we had to have our cameras on. And I was like, okay, one meeting a week, you're forcing me to have my camera on. I can probably handle that. But if it's like all the time, that's just a lot. And I don't think it actually accomplishes what they think it does. Yeah, weekly all hands is often very silly. There were very few times where that meeting was actually valuable. Okay. What are we doing? Oh yeah, I just want to look at the Dune project for Riot. Let's just finish getting some of this stuff out, because it'll also tell us like where. I'm pretty sure it depends on Gluon as well. Okay. I guess it makes sense to keep these alphabetized. I didn't really do that. I guess this is alphabetized. Maybe I did do that. I guess just not here. But I don't think that was actually alphabetized in the thing either. I like alphabetization. It's nice. The alphabet. I like the alphabet. Okay. That is what it is. Founder CEO got to feel relevant. I know, right? Got to have something to do. Unbelievable. Yap away, whimsically. Yap away. We're all here, aren't we? Might as well talk. All right. CA store. I wonder what CA store actually is. CA store is Leandro. CA store is Leandro, in case you were wondering. Well, let's do it, guys. Let's get another dependency out of the way. All right. So this is going to be inputs dot ca store dot packages dot default, which means oh, I forgot to do a G. It's hilarious. It's all right. What? No, I'm just being dumb. Okay. See, I did an escape again. I love doing that one. It's one of my favorites. Okay. And there's no ML here, so we can delete this. I really should just put these all in their own directory, but that's okay. Might be easier. I want to go now. I had too much sugar. Your gut is critical that the approach with defining absolute dependencies from flakes circularly cannot work. Oh, you might be right about that, Kenran. I could see that, because then at some point something has to build. Oh, yeah. Because then we just keep going around and around and around and around. Oh, that'll be interesting. Well, we'll work it out. Yeah, totally. It's such a good, I mean, you could tell I was pretty invested in MetaMe. Yeah, no, I got what you were saying though. I got what you were saying. I was pretty invested in MetaMe, considering the number of E's I had to add to it. I think I can say that 3 were too many. That's hilarious, guys. You guys are so funny. No, not get co. Sometimes you forget what things are. That's all. Okay. All right, let's look at the Dune package for CA store now. Dune project. 3 would be too many. That would be a lot. I didn't think about later on that I could have done meta underscore me, but I don't like it as much. I think it's funny. Yeah, I mean, since it's actually like a letter and you just kind of can keep saying E, you know, it's just a really long vowel sound. I think it works out. And it's kind of funny, like I was like, oh, this is kind of silly, but then when I actually started using it and I'd like raid people and they'd be like, meta me, and I was like, no, this will work. This will work. Oh, that's cute. Thanks. Let's see. So doing project, CA store, MDX X509. X509. What does this package even do? That is the most amazing package name. X509. That's hilarious. I don't know why I like that so much. It just sounds so serious. It's some TLS thing. Yeah, that makes sense. X509. Okay. Love it. Okay, so this is a portable pure OCaml CA store. Got it. Sounds like some military tech. Exactly. Yeah. Let's copy. What's a base one we can use? Probably colors. Is colors the one I'm thinking of? I think so. And I think that's the one I had to do the MDX fix with. So that'll be even better. Let's just cat it real quick to make sure. Colors, Flake, Nix. Yeah, perfect. cp dot slash. Let's go. CA store flake.nix. This might be the only one that we can actually like get up into GitHub today. Because I gotta go soon. But that's okay. All right, so we'll just replace this. Oh wait, that's going to put it on my pasteboard. I want this. And now we can do a global replace of colors with CA store. And I think CA store was on 002. Okay. And we already have our MDX override. And we also need X509. Okay. This might just work first time. So let's see what happens. I guess we'll do all the Nix stuff. We'll do all the Flake stuff. I mean the Durham stuff. Oh my god, I did it again. PB paste. Get ignore. Looks good. And let's just echo use Flake to mvarc. And then we're going to get add flake.nix. And this looks good. We just have to do door envelope out. Project front end 147. Yeah. Just increment. Just use Racket's GenSim to name all my projects. It's literally just an incrementer. Doesn't actually help anybody. Why not? Yeah, it's fine. Nix build. Project 64. Let's fork this. I think I like what I'm doing right now because it's like a lot of repetition for me to just like kind of get used to all of this. And then there's of course going to be these edge cases that don't go the way that you would expect while you're going through this repetition. And since it's a new thing for me, I'm just kind of rolling with it, kind of into it. Awesome. So we got a build. Yay, go us. And we just need to get remote add fork, get cob Nix, make sure this looks good, and add Nix Flake. Yeah. I know. Let's see. I guess I'm going to. He already merged my indentation changes. Nice. Leandro. We'll just copy this. And go there. Looks good. All right, so then now that we have that done, we can go back to Riot. And keep working down the dependency tree. All right. I already forgot what was happening. Why aren't you working? Sometimes I hit things a little too hard, I guess, or too quickly. My modifier is not hitting. Sorry about the yelling. Okay, we don't need that open anymore. Don't need that open anymore. Okay. We got CA store. We have config already. Gluon is in here. So this is just going to become Gluon. Rio is here. Okay. And then MDX, we're going to have to do our MDX test. I do, yeah. It doesn't misfire most of the time. Nice. It didn't actually copy that because GitHub's stupid. Got it. All right. Now we have MDX, Mirage Crypto. Mirage Crypto. Mirage Crypto RNG. You tried it with a few keys, but you can't get the hang of it. Yeah. It just depends, I think. It depends on the keyboard. I don't know. It depends on a lot of things. What you type. ODoc, P time, random. Why does he need this many dependencies? I mean, it's just freaking OTP and OCaml. I don't see why you would need this many dependencies. I just feel like Leandro needs to like roll more things himself, you know? All right. We all know I'm joking, right? Telemetry. Let's go. I'm sure that's a Leo project. Yeah, it's true. You think about it. We found our next thing. Telemetry. We might even be able to do it before I go, because I got started a little early. Oh, that is fun, Prophet. You're changing some small things in a Haskell overlay at work, and it would always lead to TensorFlow rebuilds. Oh no. Something transitively depends on Pandoc, which in turn depends on tons of Haskell stuff itself. That sounds pain. That sounds pain. Okay. So let's see. Telemetry is next. I guess this does not depend on libc. It does have URI. Let's just finish this with a little TLS and X509 again. Let's go. Love that dependency. Okay, so we wrote out all the dependencies. They're mostly right. The only thing we don't have, I mean, besides the fact that our glue-on build's not working, but let's see if we can get our telemetry build working at least. Right. I have to clone this, don't I? If I want to make changes for some reason, I need it on my local system. This is Riot. I don't need this anymore. CA store. That's what I don't need anymore. Get clone. Nice. All right. CP. Well, let's see what the Doom project looks like before we decide which flake we want to use. Let's see if we can do this. Ha! No dependencies. Love it. Even better. So it doesn't matter. We'll use CA stores, flake, and copy it here. All right. And what version are we on? We're on version 1. Okay. And we just don't need propagated build inputs at all. And we'll see if this works. Guess we'll do all the normal stuff. Okay, we'll just copy it from here. Oh no, Kidron. I'm sure some of those are wild. So I'll know for sure in the next couple of weeks, but I'm actually going through some job changes where I'll still have my primary source of income, which is nice, but we'll have even less work. And so I might actually be picking up some contracting gigs. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'd rather do functional programming or Rust. One of the two than anything else. But yeah, it's the idea. I'll have to write out a little something and share it somewhere in case anybody, I don't know, something like 10, 15 hours a week. Nothing too crazy. I am excited actually because you know, it was pretty much just a conversation of like, yeah, you're going to have basically no code to write at your job. I'm not excited about no code to write, but it means like, okay, it's just been this back and forth for the last year where it's kind of like some weeks there's like basically nothing to do. And some weeks it's like I'm busy all week long and lots to do. So like picking up a contracting gig during that time just felt like it would be really stressful. And now I feel like I can actually just be like, oh, okay, I can actually just pick up a couple gigs or something. So I'm pretty excited. Wow, Duran Villau is really having fun. Now it's just taking forever to evaluate for some reason. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up that extra gig as a Walmart grader. Oh man, and be the worst person for basically most jobs actually. Um, it's wild, wild world out there. It's taking its sweet time, isn't it? It's doing that. It's doing that thing again, where sometimes it takes like 3 minutes. It's annoying. We'll do a message check. Everybody, check your messages, stretch, do all the things you need to do for yourself. Do a stretch. You can't see it, but I'm stretching. Oh, really? That's a nice tip, Kenran. I'd probably like that because usually when I do this, it just feels like nothing's happening for a long time. Of course, this is doing Durim Villau, so I don't know. It's using Durim, which is probably my first mistake. Error, cache failure. Oh, yeah. No, it's a great tip. Okay. That's helpful. Taking its sweet time. All right, let me see. I bet it's just barely out of view right here. What it's doing. Or not. Or not. Okay. Let's see. I haven't forked this yet. We can fork it. Come on, dude. Come on. You don't need to do this. This isn't necessary. I might actually give up on this one. I'm gonna try this. Sometimes this has actually fixed things for me. Like the next time it'll go really fast. Nope, it's not even letting me do it. Unbelievable. System's just trashed. Love it. All right, 1 second. Okay, it finally killed itself. Let's just try it again. I doubt -L will work on here, right? Because it's the durim command technically that's then running the Nix thing. Yeah. Unbelievable. It probably just hung for no effing reason. Gotta love it. Okay. Beautiful. We're getting there. Let's cop Nix, get remote, add fork. Add Nix Flake. And do that every single time. Git push fork. And we should have this. And we can just do the exact same message as here. Everything's looking good. We got telemetry, we got the version. It's looking good. All right, we got two more pull requests in for some flakes. And once those two are merged, all of our external dependencies to Riot, for the most part, as far as I can remember, are good to go. We just have to see how we're going to solve this whole circular dependency thing. So I'll probably ask some questions in the next channel in the Discord, and maybe ask BG how he would solve this, and then we'll come up with like the best solution for it. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I gotta go. Thank you so much for hanging out. This was a lot of fun, for me anyway, and hopefully going through all this helped me learn some more things about Nix, and you as well. Let's